Hi, I'm Mariama. I'm from New York City and I participated in the Engineering World Health Virtual Exchange Program.
Hi, I'm Jamila and I'm from Tangier, Morocco. I participated in the Sustainable Development Virtual Exchange Program in 2020.
Building Grassroots Leaders program came about just working with Jamila and thinking about what climate and sustainability looks like on a global level with just large institutions working around climate action and trying to flip that and question how that looks like on a local level. Me being from New York City and Jamila being from Tangier, we were just really aware that climate action looks differently in both cities, and so it was important for us to actualize that through online sessions where speakers joined us to talk about their experiences with grassroots leadership and climate action, as well as translating that in person and working with local organizations to enact change and think about how youth can be involved in climate action, because a lot of times there are not a lot of resources available for youth to think about how to be involved in climate actions. And so that was a project that we worked on, and the in-person portion was how we kind of translated that idea and made it come to life.
So having Mariama as a partner was something that I really I'm grateful for, because we managed to divide work with each other, to really be so flexible and to work on, if we have an idea, I would just share it with Mariam and she was like, okay, why not, we're doing. Even the idea of the in-person component, it was in a moment we said, why not doing a 3-day bootcamp for both communities? She was like, yeah, we were like, let's do it, and then we did it. So the fact that we brainstorm, we share our ideas, even if we think they might be silly or something, but we do share them, and it's a great thing that we did, because there is that space for us to share, to learn, to grow with each other, and to share also with other people.
One big similarity that I share with Jamila, I think, is that we're both really happy and passionate people, and I think that transferred to our project and our working styles. We both really just enjoy laughing and having fun, and we took that with us throughout the fellowship and our time knowing each other. And so whenever we were coming up with ideas, we always found ways to think of creative and fun ways to do it, and we didn't really limit ourselves in the way that we think, and so we think really big, and I don't limit her and she doesn't limit me, and so that allowed us to have not only a virtual exchange program but an in-person portion, which was really successful in both cases, and I would say a good similarity that I enjoy sharing with her. I do like the idea that we're all different and we really just have different values and cultures, and that's what makes us human. But I also think that Jamila and I work so perfectly together, and that when we come up with differences that are just small, time differences, because she lives in Tangier and I live in New York City, we deal with that in a communicative manner. And but in terms of values, we're both kind of just works perfectly with each other, and I think that's what the beautiful part of this was.